All right, rugby fans, let's cut the fluff. The All Blacks versus Scotland at Murrayfield, 120 years, 32 meetings. The All Blacks have won 30 and have drawn twice, but Scotland has never beaten the All Blacks ever. Now I'm going to be brutally honest. This might just be the best chance Scotland's had in a very, very long time. But let's be real. The All Blacks are still the All Blacks. You can't fake that legacy. You can't fake that pressure. So in this video, I'm breaking it all down. No sugarcoating. Where both teams actually stand and what's really going on with the All Blacks' consistency issues, and whether Scotland can finally flip rugby history on its head this weekend. So let's get started. Now the All Blacks come into this game higher off that win over Ireland and Chicago. A good performance for our boys in that last 20 to get the dub. So yeah, no doubt. But let's be honest, it wasn't perfect. And now 2 key losses. Jordie Barrett out for the rest of the tour with that high ankle and knee injury. And Scott Barrett, the captain, got a cut up bad against Ireland. Needed a dozen stitches. And he's out of this one as well. And that's huge. 2 Barrett brothers gone. Leadership, structure, and physicality all missing. No replacements are being called in just yet. Razor sticking with the squad. Fabian, Holland, and Josh Lord likely to start at lock. That's my prediction. And also my prediction is, everyone's probably thinking Lester Whanganuku could shift to centre if needed with Tupaia. But unfortunately, it's Scott Robertson. He's got 3 options. And this is just my prediction. I reckon Scott Robertson is going to go with either Leonard Brown, Billy Proctor, or Rieko Ioane. Those are his 3 options. And those are the guys that he most likely will go in that centre midfield spot. Comment below if you agree or disagree. But yeah, I mean, Razor's got a call to make and play it safe, or take a risk and blood in some new players. That's an easy answer. Simple. He's going to play it safe. At the end of the day, Scott Robertson will always be Scott Robertson. You know, he's always going to put the best 23 in every game. And he's going to put his best 23 against Scotland, because this is how important this game is to the All Blacks. Because we want to win. We do not want to lose. It's crazy. But I'd rather lose. You know, I don't care. You know, as long as we're building. You know, and as long as we're bringing in new talent. You know, as long as we're giving them a crack. And if they fail, let them fail. They make mistakes, let them make mistakes. It's rugby. The game isn't perfect. Every player makes mistakes. It's just the game. Seriously. We've got nothing to lose. So I reckon this would have been the kind of game you could afford to experiment in, you know, bringing in young blood. But also the kind of game where if you lose, as I mentioned, you will be remembered forever. But that's the brutal truth. Doesn't matter regardless of the result. If we win, if we lose, it's all good. As long as we're giving those guys a real crack at test level. But here's my take. I mean, the All Blacks have been inconsistent for the past few years. And the aura's not gone, but it's definitely dented. Biggest ever defeat in Wellington, South Africa, and also a loss in Argentina, over in Argentina. And that's not All Black standard. I mean, we've been reactive instead of proactive. And our backline, too predictable. I mean, we've got world-class talent. Will Jordan, Leroy Carter, Damian McKenzie, but we're not innovating around them. We are still playing safe, structured, conservative rugby, and while the rest of the world's catching up fast. Now, Razor's in charge now, and this is the chance for him to put a stamp on this team. And I'm dead serious. Like, I'm serious. When I say this, I'm serious. He needs to take risks. He needs to take risks. Stop protecting reputations and start building the future. 2027 isn't far away. You can't build a World Cup winning side without giving the young guns experience. Now is the time, man. Now is the time. This Northern Tour, Scotland, England, Wales, is the perfect testing ground. Like I said, we've got nothing to lose, everything to learn. It's all part of learning for these young guys. Pisses me off, to be quite honest, but it's like I'm repeating myself. I'm talking to a brick wall. Anyways, let's flip it. Now, Scotland are flying high after that 85-0 demolition against the USA Eagles. Yeah, I mean, it's the USA, but a scoreline like that builds belief. Gregory Townsend, built a side that's fearless, fast and creative. And let's be honest, Finn Russell is the heartbeat of that team. When Russell's on, he's one of the most creative 10s in world rugby. His timing, vision, and manipulation of defence, that's the X factor Scotland's been missing for years. If the pack front up and Russell starts pulling the strings, it's game on. Darcy Graham and Johan van der Merwe, those two can finish from anywhere. They've got some strike power on both wings. The question is, can Scotland stay composed for 80 minutes against a side that lives for pressure moments? Because you can play 75 minutes of perfect rugby against the All Blacks, and then boom, Will Jordan intercepts, breaks your line, and it's over. We've seen it in the Ireland game when, that last minute Cam Roigard, that try was icing on the cake. It was game over. Scotland has to execute at all cylinders and everything to be able to beat the All Blacks. But let's dive into the key guys Scotland need firing if they want to make history. Now, you got Finn Russell, as I mentioned, the fly half, Scotland's brain, heart, and heartbeat all in one. When he switched on, he's world class. His ability to disguise passes, play flat and open space for his outside backs, that's what can shred New Zealand's rush defence. Now, if he gets time, he'll punish us. The stats don't lie. I mean, since 2021, Scotland have scored more tries per game when Russell starts than with any other setup. And that's no coincidence. Darcy Graham, the winger, small, elusive, electric. His footwork is nightmare fuel for defenders. He's coming off a hat-trick against America and now level with Van der Merwe, Scotland's joint top try scorer. If All Blacks kick loosely, Graham will light them up. Key battle I think I'm looking forward to is Graham and Will Jordan. I mean, pace, instinct, finishing, and whoever wins that battle shifts the game. Then you have Johan van der Merwe, as I mentioned, the wing, total opposite to Graham. Pure power, brute force when he's running downhill. Good luck stopping him one-on-one. Expect Scotland to use him off a set piece, crash lines to test the All Blacks midfield defence, especially with Jordie Barrett out. So that's why it would have been good to have Lester Whanganuku, because he's quite physical. You have a look at his post-contact meters. It's amazing, like incredible. And he's so dangerous. And then you have Sione Tupulotu. Now, this would have been a good challenge, Whanganuku and Sione Tupulotu in the inside centre. The glue between Russell and the back line, strong, direct, and underrated as a distributor. He gives Scotland a go-forward ball and opens the door for Russell's creativity. And Jack Dempsey at number 8, I mean, the workhorse ball-carrying physicality. He gives Scotland the front foot platform they need. If Dempsey and Matt Ferguson win collisions early, Scotland believe in this fight. Xander Ferguson, I mean, tight head prop, the cornerstone of their scrum. If he holds firm and keeps pretty up front, that's half the battle won, because if the All Blacks dominate the set piece, nothing else matters. Now we have Blair Kinghorn at fullback, massive role to play. You can watch out for him. I mean, his kicking game has to be precise. He's also a dangerous counter-attacker and secondary playmaker when he links with Russell. They can stretch any defence wide. These are the guys who can turn this into more than just a history lesson. Let me be real. Scotland are legit. They are not the team that folds anymore. But beating the All Blacks is a different mountain. Even with injuries, this All Black side has firepower. But what we lack right now is consistency. If Razor keeps picking safe combinations, we'll stay stuck in the same loop. It's time to back youth. Let Leroy Carter play his neutral game. Let Will Jordan roam free. Build new combinations, not just recycle the old ones. Look at Scotland. They are trusting their young players, and it's paying off. That's why they are growing, and All Blacks needs the same courage right now. Here's the truth for Scotland. They've got to front up physically, win the breakdown, and let Finn Russell control the tempo. If they build scoreboard pressure early, they'll believe. For the All Blacks, dominate the set piece, needs to get better. I thought that first 40 against Ireland was shocking. So we need to get better in our set piece this time, especially the lineup. Stay disciplined, play with freedom. When All Blacks attack with tempo and confidence, they are lethal. Now, Razor needs to let this side express itself. Fast ball, creative intent, and faith in his depth. If we play scared, we lose. If we played fearless, we remind the world who we are. So, can Scotland finally do it? That's the question. Honestly, to me, they've got a real shot. This is as close as it's ever been. But I still think the All Blacks DNA, that killer instinct, might just be enough to hold the line one more time. Either way, the game's going to tell us a lot about where Scotland are going and where Razor's All Blacks really stand. So let me know in the comments below, are you backing Scotland to finally break history? Or do our All Blacks still own this rivalry? If you are new here, subscribe for more rugby content. Thanks for tuning in. Keep supporting your rugby teams and keep the rugby spirit alive. And we'll see you in the next video.